How's it going, folks? This is Wayne Art back today with a theory lesson. Don't let that put you off, this is quite important. Today we're going to learn how to read all the notes on the fretboard on every string. Okay, very useful thing to get down. Most things in music are always played in a key, whether it be a chord, chord sequence, a scale or anything like that. So I think at some stage it's quite important to learn how to, identify what all the notes are on the fretboard. It's not difficult. I'm going to explain it as best as I can. I'm going to put a little bit of text up on screen as well to make a bit more sense of it. I'm also going to put a little post up on my Patreon page of sort of the fretboard layout. So if you want to get access to that, you just subscribe for as little as a couple of quid a month. You'll not only get access to that, the song thing that I normally do, there's loads of chords, lyrics and strumming patterns up there to sort of coincide with a lot of the song lessons that I do. So I'm going to post a link to that in the description below. I'll also put a link in the comments if you want to go and check that out. Thanks everyone who's subscribed and continues to do so. A further way you could help me out, I always point out, is hitting that little notification bell down there. And if you want to, go over and give me a like on social media. So I'm Wayne Art Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now also TikTok, as you always say, I'm trying to get down with the kids. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so one of the most important things that everybody should learn at a very early stage in playing the guitar is the notes of the open strings. There's loads of rhymes to help you remember this. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie is one that I use quite a lot. And what we do, we just take the first letters of those words, so we go E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, very important to learn that for tuning your guitar, if nothing else. Okay, so once we've got that information down, the notes of the open strings, we can work out all the notes on the fretboard. Okay, now the way that we do that, all the notes in music are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's all the notes in music. That's all what we call the tone notes. There is other notes which are known as semitones, sort of sharps and flats, but we'll get to that in a short while. Okay, so if we just work out the notes on the low E string, the E string at the top, okay, we know just playing that string open is an E note. So we play that string open, we're actually playing an E. Okay, so the way that the note cycle works, we just, as if we're going up the alphabet, we know the next note after E is going to be an F. Now on the fretboard, E and F don't have a semitone in between them. They're always together on the fretboard. Okay, so they're just a semitone apart, rather than a lot of the other notes, except for B and C, they are just a semitone apart as well. They're always going to be next to each other on the fretboard. So we know we got an open E, the first fret's going to be an F because E and F are always together. We're going to go a whole tone to a G, and now we've got to a G, the cycle's going to start again. So we know the next note's going to be an A. So the 5th fret, we're going to go A. Then we're going to go a whole tone to a B, that's on the 7th fret. A semitone to a C, because we said B and C are always together wherever you come across those on the fretboard. So that's going to be the C. So we're going to go a whole tone on the 10th fret, that will be the D. And when we get on the 12th fret, that's signified by the 2 dots as well, if you can see that. Real useful sort of reference point. We're back on an E again, but that's known as an octave. So what an octave is, it's the same note as the open string, but it's a pitch higher. Okay, so then we start all over again. We can carry on going all the way up to the end of the fretboard. So now E and F are always together. So we got F, that'll be on the 13th fret. We go with whole tone, that's going to be a G, that's on the 15th fret. Whole tone to the 17th fret, that's going to be an A. A whole tone to a B, and then we got one more fret left I have on my fretboard, which B and C are always together, so the last note is going to be a C. Okay, and that's how you work the notes out. So we can work that out pretty much on every string. So if you look at the A string, we know just playing the string open, that's going to be an A note. Okay, so now we have to go up a whole tone, so the 2nd fret will be a B, 3rd fret will be a C, because B and C are always together. The 5th fret will be a D. 7th fret will be E. I hope you're there before me. I hope you're ahead of me. You know that E and F are always together, so that we know the 8th fret is going to be the F note. Then we go to the 10th fret on the G, and then on the 12th fret the two dotted one, we're back on an A note again, and that's what we call an octave higher or a pitch higher. And then we start all over again. Now that works on every string. We'll do one more string, we'll look at the D string. This applies to every string once you get an understanding of this. You know, it's pretty straightforward. So we've got an open D, so now we're going to go a whole tone to an E. Remember, E and F are always together, so the 3rd fret's going to be the F, the 5th fret's going to be the G, 7th fret's going to be A, 9th fret's going to be B. Remember, B and C are always together, so the 10th fret will be the C. On the 12th fret, we're on the octave again, we're back on the D note. And that carries on. Okay, so that works pretty much, well, on every string, that system. Always got to remember, all the main notes go what we call a tone, usually up 2 frets, and except for a B and a C or an E and F, which is, they haven't got a, you know, a note in between. And we're going to talk about what those other notes are now. Okay, so these other notes that we jump over when we go a tone on a lot of these notes are known as semitones. Okay, so if we do the E string again, we know we got an open E string, just playing that open. We got the F, because E and F are always together. So what's this note on the 2nd fret? Because we normally jump over and we go straight to the G. So what that actually is, it's an F sharp or a G flat. Okay, so reading it up the fretboard, we'd read it as a sharp. So F sharp, or reading it down the fretboard, we'd read that as a flat. Quite confusing, but they're both the same note. Okay, it's just there is reasons in theory that I won't go into at the moment, but you know, the way that it's got 2 names instead of 1 name, the way that, you know, scales and things like that are made up. But I won't, like I say, I won't go into that in this lesson. There's enough information to take in as it is. So yeah, so 2nd fret there's going to be an F sharp or a G flat. So then we got the G. So this note on the 4th fret is going to be a G sharp, or the note above, it's going to be an A flat. Again, both the same note. So we got a G sharp or an A flat. Then we got the A. So I'm hoping you're ahead of me now. This note is going to be an A sharp or a B flat. That's the B that's above. So A sharp, B flat. That's going to be the 6th fret, okay? 7th fret, we know that's a B note, okay? So we haven't got a semitone here because B and C are always together, so we know the 8th fret's going to be a C. So then the 9th fret is going to be a C sharp or a D flat, because the note above is a D on the 10th fret. So we've got the D on the 10th fret, and then the 11th fret is a D sharp or an E flat. Okay, and we can work that information out on every string. Now it's important to know this, like I said in the intro, you know, if you're playing bar chords, you can identify what the bar chords are. So that's on the E string root. I know I'm playing the bar chord with sort of the E major shape on. So we look at the root note, we know that's a G major bar chord. Okay, if I turn that chord into a E minor shape, we've now got a G minor. Or if I wanted to find, you know, a bar chord and A major, we basically just move that up 2 frets. So we know the 5th fret is an A chord, okay? Or if we could do an A minor. Or, you know, quite a lot of bar chords have the root note off the A string. Quite a common one is a B minor. So even though I'm barring all the strings, I just find that a little bit more comfortable because I've got quite large fingers. But I'm only playing from the A string downwards. Okay, so we know the root note is going to be the second fret, that's on the A string, and we know that is a B note. So we've got an open A, and we know that's first note is an A sharp, 2nd fret is a B. So that's what defers that as a B minor, and you can see we got the A minor shape on. Want to turn that into a B major, we've got to sort of do the A shape. But instead of doing it, you know, with fingers 2, 3 and 4, we tend to almost do that as a double bar. You've probably seen me do that in a lot of my videos. So we now got a B major. Move that up 1 fret, it's now a C major, okay? So not only bar chords, obviously scales as well. I've done a few lessons on scales. So if we're playing a pentatonic scale and we want to do that in the key of an A, so an A minor pentatonic scale, we play it on the 5th fret on the low E string. So we work that out, we got E, F, G, 5th fret is the A. So Okay, and we can move that. So if someone says, okay, let's have a jam in the key of the B, so you could just jam around with that first shape of the pentatonic scale, we just move that up and find where the B note is. So that would be the root note, so B minor. Okay, so learning how to read the notes on the fretboard at some point is a very important part of the theory. I know a lot of people don't like theory. You mention the word theory, their eyes glaze over, but this information is going to be very, very useful. So hope you understood that the way that I explained it. Like I say, I have put the text up on the screen as well to make you understand it a little bit, you know, easier. So hope that all made sense, and thanks very much for watching. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I hope you all dug that, and most importantly, I hope you all understood that. Like I say, I put the text on the screen as well to make a little bit more sense of it, but as I said at the end of that tutorial, it's very important information to get down. You know, we tend to play in a chord sequence, or we play in a key, so identifying the notes on the fretboard is a very, very important part of you know, understanding the guitar. So you know, thanks very much for watching. Like I say, I hope that's been helpful to you. If you got any requests for, you know, any of the normal stuff I do, my main thing is obviously the song tutorials, 50s to modern day within reason. So if you want to put a request in, a lot of people know the drill now. The easiest way is to comment in the post below, or if you want to find me a personal message over on social media and those platforms I suggested at the start of the video, you're very welcome to. I just always point out that I do get quite a lot and I do have to hemp-hit them a little bit. But don't let that put you off. Please do keep your requests coming, because that's what keeps this channel going. I'll quickly mention it again. Thanks everyone who's subscribed. The third way you could help me out is hitting that little notification bell that's somewhere down there, so you get notified every time I post a video up. Please go over and check the Patreon page out. That's you know, a very useful source, and it also helps fund these lessons as well, so I can carry on doing these lessons for you guys. So it's very much appreciated. And one more thing, I always say word of mouth is a very powerful thing. So if you dig what I do, please like, share my videos, tell your friends, tell your work colleagues. Anyone you know plays a guitar, please point them in my direction, and that just leads me to say have a great morning, day, night, whenever it is you're watching, and I'll catch you all for a lesson very soon. Take care.